Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here, and I am not alone anymore. I finally have my partner back. My partner has finished his tour d'Italia, where he went to the
Yeah.
Allianz, to Turin. He's gone to the museum. You can actually see a lot of his shorts on our YouTube of him journeying through Italy. You even also saw the game in Empoli. So,
I did,
Dave,
yeah.
how are you, buddy? How was your
Oh
trip?
man, it was great. Obviously, there were those two big highlights. Part of the trip. Another thing I will talk about. There's a lot of things we have to talk about later. We'll try to roll through this, get the pregame. But around turn, our friend Maurizio, he booked a lovely day in the Piedmont Hills, wine and hazelnuts and cheese. Oh my, it was so great. But of course, the Empoli game and getting into the museum and the stadium itself. Yes, please check the shorts as well. Check the Discord because I've just posted so much. And speaking about ultras and Discord, I posted up there what the ultras said. That's a big point. The ultras are going to be in full effect this weekend. So I'm just excited. I'm excited coming off this Italy trip, and I'm excited for tomorrow and to see what the ultras have to do because watching them in Empoli was amazing, and they definitely stole the show. Outside of Chiesa's goal, the ultras were right there. But yes, let's jump into it. So please like, subscribe, hit up that Discord as well. Link is down in the description. But let's get into this pregame. I'm excited. 3 weeks off. Dash, reel me in, and let's get to business.
New news. Wait, so
Uh,
what did Papa Allegri say?
Papa Allegri in the press conference, guys. It was a little bit annoying. All they wanted to talk about was Pogba and Bonucci.
Losers.
Yes. So we're going to cover that in the post-game call-in show because this is the pregame. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, the watch-along and the post-game. We might talk about Rogani as well. A little something happening there and some transfer rumors. So that's tomorrow after the post-game. We're going to come in hot right after it. After the post-game. During the post-game, after the match.
It's the post of the post game.
The post game. No, that's when we start getting drunk and silly. Which I have a Juventus beer as well to taste test. I'm going to do that live as well. So that's tomorrow. But today, Dash, let's get into the lineups and the tactical formations.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're looking at what Lazio is running, so Lazio kind of like a really weird start to the season, right? So if we look at courtesy of the old Mabaruni here, so looking at what Lazio's been running, so they've been running Provedel, Marusic, Casale, Romagnoli, Husai, Alberto, Cataldi, Gendouzi, Anderson, Immobile, and Zaccagni. It's interesting, right? Because the thing is like it's prevalent because they have that huge hole with SMS being gone, and the way that they attack is a little bit more interesting in a sense where it it's not. I don't want to say it's like a dominant possession based how it was previously, but you can tell the whole of SMS being there. I mean, Cataldi's been doing an average job, not anything crazy, but it goes to show that most of their playmaking is being done by Luis Alberto, who has essentially become a left midfielder or a left center midfielder where he normally was like a 10 that would be in the hole, but Lazio kind of interesting, right? But looking at our end, so obviously Tech, this one might be incorrect because I believe Allegri said that Alexandro has a nod above Gatti to start. Sorry, Frankie. I hate to break your heart this morning. But it's going to be looking with Sandro on the left, Bremer in the middle, Danilo on the right, midfield of Kostic, Rabiot, Locatelli, I believe Moretti instead of Fagioli. So I think Fatmob's a little bit wonky on this one. And then Cambiasso starting as a right wing back due to McKennie and Weah coming back with jet lag. And I really disagree with Greg Berhalter playing those guys for nearly 90 minutes on Wednesday, I believe.
Apparently, he just didn't care.
He didn't. Well,
He's like, screw you.
the thing is what irritated me mostly was Milan requested Pulisic only play 45 minutes in that friendly against Oman, and he took Pulisic off after the first half and absolutely ran McKennie and Weah towards the end of the game. And I was like, it's a friendly against Oman. Like, Berhalter, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares.
I know. And that's one of the arguments against the international break, but we digress.
Well, I mean, we're lucky that we played in the U.S. where the pitch was actually decent instead of North Macedonia.
Oh,
But I digress. Without me being petty, then you have your up top with Chiesa and Dusan. So I believe Allegri said Chiesa might start from one. We don't know for sure. Again, I really disagree with Dusan starting against Lazio. I think you need a Keane because again, how Lazio attack and how they move. More so, it's you need cheese goals against this Lazio because if you watch the highlights of their game against Genoa and Lecce, they scored cheese goals against them. Mostly because the thing is when you look at it, and I'm gonna switch dashergrams here, so I'm gonna switch from one dashergram to the other dashergram. So looking at the tactical board here, so I have it divvied up kind of more so from there. So when you're attacking Lazio. So when Lazio's not in possession, what Lazio like to do is they like to bunch everybody into the middle of the pitch like this. So say that we have good old Kostic over here, you have Chiesa somewhere in traffic here, you have Dusan over here, Cambiaso here, and then you have your midfield pressing up here. And then obviously you're going to have your center backs occupy the space here. So normally from what I've seen on film, this is how Lazio defend. A lot of their goals are scored in this area because for some reason Lazio cannot clear or cover balls to save their lives. So, like for example, the Genoa goal was right here, or there was a loose ball and it was a flick in into the net. The two Lecce goals were right here, where there was a loose ball and the Lecce players struck and hit them. So a lot of Lazio's goals are coming in through the center. So I believe that's more so Romagnoli's purview in that area. Romagnoli and his other center back partner. But when you're looking at it offensively, it's almost like Lazio kind of play a counterattacking ball in a sense with how they're lining up. But you just got to be careful because what Lazio did with Napoli is they pinged Napoli on the counter. Because the thing is your players are all the way up here pressing a high line, and then what Lazio will like to do is they'll send players like they'll send Anderson, they'll send Zaccagni up here. Immobile is kind of the immobile dummy in the middle where you're thinking that it's going to him, but normally it's going to be Luis Alberto that moves the through ball into the space, and then their midfielders push up. That's really how they got Napoli. Was they baited Napoli in deep, and then they caught Napoli out of position and they pushed forward. I think we're a lot more defensively disciplined than Napoli is. I think Napoli is still hurting without Kim in their center back rotation there. So I think we'll be able to handle Lazio's counterattacking a lot well. Also, Allegri tends to have Sarri's number. I believe Sarri's only beaten Allegri once or twice in his entire career. But looking at it from that formation thing, I really disagree with Dusan starting over Keane because I think Keane can get you that dink, that cheese goal in a loose ball area. Kind of like how Danilo scored against Empoli, right? Where that ball was just all over the place and Danilo comes out of nowhere and just slots it in. Also, more so just basing Dusan off his international appearance for the past two weeks. He's just been absolutely atrocious. But I digress. Looking at it again, it's going to be really dependent on whether or not Locatelli is going to be able to create play with Meretti and Danilo on the right side of the pitch here. Where if you saw Misak's video that I did with them, looking to create this box/triangle area, this marker's terrible, but looking at it from this perspective, being able to do this, or if Locatelli switches positions and being able to connect with Rabiot and Kostic. To be honest with you guys, I'm not a big fan of our left side setup like this. I'm not very confident in it because, again, Kostic doesn't really offer much as far as inverted wing play. So he is going to be hugging this area the entire game. So whether or not him and Chiesa are able to interloop with each other, that's going to be a question. But again, when you're running Kostic to throw box balls into the box, you're better off with Keane, in my opinion, than you are with Dusan. Obviously, Bremer here, but this game is going to be very, very dependent on how Loca and Moretti can facilitate play through the middle of the field. There's not really much of an expectation on Rabiot to build up play in the back just because Rabiot is that offensive pivot. So you're expecting Rabiot to do some kind of damage up here where Moretti's the guy that's floating around this area over yonder. And then Cambiaso has the ability to play on the right, so I think he'll be fine there. But I think as you've said it, and as Allegri said it, Dave, I think this might be a game where I think we'll see McKennie or Weah do something here. But just because of the jet lag, they're not starting. Berhalter, thank you. So we have to suffer through. I don't want to say suffer because that sounds terrible, but we're gonna have to see how Kostic interacts with Sandro, Locatelli, Rabiot, and Chiesa on this left side of the field because Loca's probably going to be playing as that auxiliary left center back, or maybe, but Tech's going to be way too deep in this position on the offensive end. But we'll see how Locatelli plays as a left auxiliary center back to build up play in the 4-2. But that's pretty much it. Pin Lazio deep, force balls into the middle, and watch for those loose balls because Lazio are struggling with clearing balls out of the box. And that's honestly really what the game plan is, right? You don't need to do anything intricate. You don't need to do anything crazy. Lazio have a little bit of a high with the win against Napoli in Naples. But again, they're coming in to our super loud stadium, right?
It's supposed to be bumping tomorrow. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be a fortress. The Ultras do have something to prove. Again, check out the Discord. I posted both the English translation and the original post, so you can see exactly what they're about. This is coming off the back of Bologna, where they were a little bit quieter. This stuff is all planned out, guys. That it's not just, oh, on a whim, this is going to happen. The Ultras are here to make a statement. I know some people might disagree with some of the things they do, but let's not deny how much noise they can actually make. And yeah, I mean, it's all about Siamo di Noi, right?
Yeah, Empoli was a perfect example of how much noise they make. I mean, we could
they
hear
set the place on fire, man. I'm not kidding. They set some advertisements on fire.
You do have an eyewitness account like that. That's
I have it on video. It's in the short.
Yeah. It was crazy because like I forgot to tell you this, but like I could literally hear them on the Paramount stream. So that's going to be awesome if they can turn tomorrow into a cauldron. Because look, you get the win tomorrow, and then one of the Milan teams is going to drop points. So by the end of the weekend, Juve have a potential of being second or third.
Yeah, I know it's still early. This is an important game. Lazio was definitely a direct competitor for that top four that they're searching out this year. I think it's going to be. I don't know. It's going to be a tight game.
Hey,
I think it might, like, from the visual aspect, it might not be the most exciting as a result, but I think there's going to be a lot of battles there.
It's Sarri versus Allegri. Those games are never really that exciting. It's more so because those two, their egos essentially like to play tactical mind games with each other.
Yes, but exactly, look, and that's what it is. Yeah,
it's one that we're currently right now. We're in the best start to the season in like the last 4 or 5 years right now, in theory.
Yeah,
so we have not had 7 points in 3 games in about at least for sure 3 seasons. So
that's not a great stat. Speaking of stats, just throw one out there. McKennie, if he plays, will be his 100th appearance for Juve.
And he was doing really, 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 really well for the United States, as well as him and Timmy. We're doing quite well. I get it. It's Uzbekistan and Oman. I understand that. But watch out for McKennie's long balls, guys, because from what I saw, because there's a difference between Loca and McKennie's long balls in the international break. Loca was able to hit people in stride more so, but McKennie was able to just ping it right on the dot when he was opening up plays. So, guys, even though Pogba is sauced, but I don't know, man. I think McKennie could hold the fort down until January.
I think so. That's going to be probably a lot of the rumors coming forward, but alas, we will wait for when those rumors do arise, and we'll hit them up as they come. That being said, that is the pregame. I don't think there's anything else, Dash.
Nope. Just remember, like and subscribe. Road to 2,000 subs is there. We're less than 400 subs away. So let's try to hit that 2K by the end of the year. I think that's a fair thing. If we go
by transfer, by Christmas.
By transfer,
let's go by Christmas.
By Christmas. Well, right. And then because if you do, then we can do more fun stuff with you.
Yeah, we'll give something away.
Fun stuff. Yeah, we'll give something away. We'll give a pair of our pants away.
Ooh. It's getting chilly, though. I kind of like my pants this time of year.
Yeah, but we switched. It's sweatpants season, right? Gray sweatpants season.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wearing.
That's what I'm wearing, too. All right, anywho, guys, we'll catch you. Dave will catch you tomorrow. I might be able to make an appearance tomorrow on the watch-along because of the timing. But, guys, we're back.
Yes, we are. And I will see you tomorrow.